Hello everyone, welcome to the online class. So today in this session we people are going to learn about a geography lesson, that is Europe, Peninsula of Asia. Europe, a peninsula of Asia. Yes. So let us know about the introduction part of this lesson, that is none other than the location of the Europe, extension, physical setting, physiographic and climatic divisions. Climatic division means natural vegetation, farming, distribution and density of Europe, mineral and industries, population growth and dairying and fishing, farming. These are all the things we people are going to learn. Okay. So however you know the however you know that the COVID-19 of the reason of COVID-19, government has reduced a part. Okay, so which reduced part is there, that I will tell you later on. Okay, so let us move for the lesson without wasting time. So introduction of the Europe. Europe is one of the most densely populated and urbanized continents of the world. It is also a purpose and highly industrialized continent. In area, it ranks 6th among the continents. It has a complex and diverse physical setting and socio-cultural and political situation. Europe has 56 large and small countries. 56 large and small countries. The location of the Europe lies between 10 degree west and 60 degree east longitude and from 36 degree north to 72 degree north latitude. Extent. Europe including European portion of the Russia is the second smallest continent. Europe is the second smallest continent with a total area of 10.4 million kilometer square. Yes, it is about 3 times the size of India. This continent occupies about 7% of the earth's surface, but it has a quarter of the world's total population. Physical setting of the Europe is a peninsula Asia. Europe is a peninsula of Asia. Water bodies surrounded Europe on 3 sides. To the north is the Barents Sea, to the west is the Atlantic Ocean, and to the south is the Mediterranean Sea. Yes. To the east of the Europe lies the continent of Asia, which is separated from it by the Ural Mountains, the Seleucus, the the Caucasus Mountain and the Caspian Sea. To the south of it lies Africa. The above mentioned boundaries are not barriers between the Asia and the Europe. Hence, together Asia and Europe are known as a Eurasia. So, while learning regarding Asia continent, you people are already learned about the Eurasia. Yes. Now, the physiography or physical setting of the Europe. The physiography of Europe is very unique. The western and the southern parts are mountains characterized by snow-covered peaks, gorges, valleys, plateaus and plains. But the eastern part of the continent consists largely of a stable platform with a limited change in relief. The highest point of Europe is Mount Elbrus, which is having 5,633 633 meters tall. It the Caucasus, it the Caucasus Mountain, the lowest mountain of the continent, is the shore of the Caspian Sea, which is 28 meters below sea level. Actually, Europe is a large peninsula of the Asiatic land mass. It has numerous peninsulas such as Scandinavian, the Iberian, next the Jutland and the Balkan Peninsula, etc. Thus, very often Europe is known as the peninsula of peninsulas. Yes, Europe is only known as a peninsula of peninsulas. Europe has a highly indented, irregular coastline of 18,500 km, which is longer than that of Asia. Thousands of islands lie off the coast of the continent. Two of the largest islands are Britain and Ireland. Other important islands are like Shetland, Faroes, yes, Orkneys, Sicily, Sardinia, Corsica, Crete, and Canal Islands. The physical divisions of the Europe are there are four major physical divisions are there, which is also called as the physiographic divisions of the Europe. The first one is Northwestern Highlands, second one the North European Plains, and the third one the Central Uplands, and the fourth one is the Southern Mountains. Okay, so let us know one by one. The first one is the Northwest Highlands. This region includes the oldest mountains located in Finland, Sweden, Norway, and extending to Britain and Iceland. These are really the relic mountains which have undergone glacial erosion and become low mountains. So guys, when you will get this video, write the meaning of glacial, yes, and erosion. They are these mountains, okay, they were only made of ancient rocks. Glacial erosions only made of ancient rocks. The general elevation is 2000 meter in Scandinavia and 600 meter in Ireland and Scotland. Yes, Guldhøpiggen, which is having 2464 meter in Norway, is the highest peak in northern Europe. The Ben Nevis, which is having 1343 meter in Scotland, and yes, height, and Snowdon, which is having a height of 1085 meters. Okay, so this Swardon in Wales are the other peaks. This region has a gentle slope in the north and are the crossed by many rivers. Now comes the second one, North European Plains. Guys, if you will get any doubt regarding this topic, you can ask me, okay? It is also known as the Central Lowlands. It extends from the Ural Mountains in the east to the Atlantic coast in the west. It occupies a greater part of Europe. It includes European Russia, Poland, northern Germany, and the Netherlands, which is nowadays called as Netherlands, which is also called Holland, Denmark, Belgium, northern France, and the eastern parts of the England. Okay, so it is broad in the east and the narrow in the west. In the Netherlands and Belgium, some parts of this plain are below sea level. It is a depositional plain formed by the deposition of sediments brought by various rivers. Yes, so let us move for the third one, which is called the Central Uplands. This upland consists of old rocks, eroded old mountains, hills, and high plateaus. Their average height is not more than 600 meters above the sea level. Yes, the uplands extended from Ireland in the west to Russia in the east. Some parts of this region means some parts of the central uplands region are forested. Most of the land is rocky and has poor soil for farming. But river valleys provide the best farm lands. Now comes the fourth, the southern mountains. The southern mountains are also known as the Alpine mountain system. Southern mountains of the Europe is also called as the Alpine mountain system. It includes several mountains, the Sierra Morena in Spain, as well as the Pyrenees, which form the boundary between France and Spain. These mountains run parallel to the one another from the Atlantic coast in the west to the Caspian Sea in the east. They are young folded mountains like the Himalayas. Yes. So Mount Ballon. The famous Alps are the most important here. The Mount Blanc is the highest peak. Yes, it is about 4,807 meter height. Okay, in the Alps. Next we will go for the climatic reasons. Yes, some of the places I have not read here, means I have not discussed with you here, the Alps cover parts of southeastern France, northern Italy, most of the Switzerland, and a part of Germany, Austria, and Slovenia. The Apennines cover much of Italy. The Dinaric Alps cover Croatia, Bosnia, yes, and Yugoslavia, and the Balkans of Bulgaria. The Carpathians are in the North Slovenia. Next, we'll go for the climate and even the natural vegetation of the Europe. Most of the continent of Europe has temperate climate. The main factors affecting the climate are latitude, relief, winds and the position. However, the winds that blow across the continent from the Atlantic Ocean have great effects on the climate of the continent. This is because of the Gulf Stream, a warm ocean current and also the strong western lights. Okay, so these currents like warm currents, Gulf Stream, these all the parts you will learn in 8th standard also. Yes, in general northern Europe has a longer but colder winter and shorter but cooler summers than southern Europe. The winters are also longer and colder and the summers are shorter and hotter in the east than in the west. Yes, we'll learn the climate. Okay, regarding topic, we'll learn the climate. Europe can be divided into four climatic regions. Europe divided into four climatic regions. The first one is the maritime northwest Europe. Okay, in this in this region we'll learn this climatic region extends from the coast of Norway to the northern Spain and inland towards Central Europe. The mild winters, cool summers and ample rainfall and cloudy and foggy days are the main characteristics of this type of climate. There is moderate temperature in both summer and winter. Yes, moderate temperature means between 18 degrees Celsius to 10 degree Celsius. Okay, or you can call it as a 18 degree Celsius and even 10 degree Celsius. And as well as the distribute of the rainfall is the 75 centimeter. Okay, in this maritime northwest Europe we will see 75 centimeter rainfall. The next one is continental climate. In this continental climate mainly prevails in the Poland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Romania and Bulgaria. This climate is characterized by cold winters and warm summers. Yes. So here the temperature of the climate is minus 12 degrees Celsius and 10 degree Celsius. Minus 12 degree means it's very lowest. Okay. Lower than minus 0 degree. The average rainfall is 50 centimeter. Rainfall is maximum in early summer as conventional rain. Okay. In the third climate region is Mediterranean climate. In this type of climate is characterized by hot, dry and sunny summers and wild winters with some rain. Okay. Here in this Mediterranean climate we can see a hot climate, dry climate, sunny climate, even including winter climate also. Okay, the average winter temperature is 8 degrees Celsius and summer temperature is 22 degree Celsius. The average annual rainfall varies from 75 to 100 centimeters. Here in the place of Mediterranean climate, we can see a 75 to 100 centimeters rainfall. This type of climate is mainly found in southernmost part of Europe adjoining the Mediterranean Sea. Next, the fourth one. The fourth climate region of the Europe is mountains or mountainous climate. The Alps and the Caucasus Mountains have this type of climate. It is controlled by altitude, angle of the sun rays and winds. The temperatures range from -4 degrees Celsius in winter to 16 degrees Celsius in summer. The average rainfall is 50 centimeter on the leeward side and about 200 centimeters on the windward side of the mountains. At high altitudes, the temperature is below freezing point. Now we'll learn the farming, dairying, okay, and fishing of the Europe land. Okay, the farming means it's related to the agriculture field. Okay, next, farming. Agriculture is still a very important occupation in Europe even after industrialization. The continent is fortunate in having a vast level, fertile and well irrigated land. The climate condition is also favorable for agriculture. Most of the countries have more than 50% of their land under farming except the Scandinavian countries. The average size of holdings in Europe is 10 hectares. Okay. Mixed farming is practiced in West European countries. It involves the cultivation of crops and the keeping of livestock. The arable land is used for growing fodder crops for cattle, poultry farming, piggery and the growing of a variety of fruits and vegetables. Piggery means ಹಂದಿಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. Okay, then cattle ಕುರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. Okay, the poultry farming means the meaning of poultry farming you have to send it to me. Okay, I will not tell all the meanings. Okay, here the poultry meaning you have to write and you have to send it to me. The cultivation of food grains is also very important. Intensive farming is practiced in southern Europe because of Mediterranean climate. The type of farming is different. There is a combination of cereals, fruits, vegetables and livestock farming. Yes, here the different type of different type of farming we can see, like a combination of cereals, fruits and vegetables. Yes, depending upon a vast market, specialized type of farming has developed. The agriculture is commercial and well organized near densely populated urban areas. On the whole, less than 10% of the people are engaged in agricultural activities. Depending upon relief, soil and the climate conditions, the availability of market and the farm labor, a great variety of crops are grown in different parts of the Europe. Okay, so here some of the cereals and grains we are going to discuss now. Okay, let's see the wheat. Wheat is an important staple food for the European people. The Parian Basin, the Great Plains of Europe, the plains of Hungary, the lowland countries and the Po River Basin in Italy are the main wheat producing areas of Europe. Okay, then the maize. Maize is the second major cereal crop of the European. France, Romania, Italy, Hungary, Germany and Spain are the major producers of maize. Rye is another food crop which is largely used for making bread and liquor. The leading producers of rye are Poland, Germany, yes, Czech and Slovakia republics. Europe is an important producer of barley. It is used as grain, feed for cattle and for liquor. Oats is also grown in some nations of the Europe. Rice is grown to a small extent as a summer crop. Rice is a small extent crop of the Europe. Now comes sugar, beet and potatoes. Yes, sugar beets and potatoes are the two root crops. Sugar beet and the potatoes are the two root crops. Yes. Sugar beet is used both for the production of sugar and as fodder for cattle. Here guys, what is the meaning of fodder? When you will get this video, so tell me the meaning of fodder. Tell me the meaning of fodder and even sugar beet also. Now comes the potato. Yes. Potatoes grown mainly in the plains of the central and the eastern part of the Europe. Europe is leading producer of potatoes in the world. Flax is the fiber crop of Europe. Now comes the fruits. So which are the fruits they used to grow here? Grapes, apples, figs, orange, lemon, yes, plums, pomegranates, chestnuts, etc. Yes. So these all are the important foods for the European peoples. Yes, as well as Bulgaria is famous for roses. Yes, so vegetables and horticultural crops are very famous to grow, means to produce such a vegetables in Europe. Okay, the dairy means dairy, milk dairy. Yes, the products of the milk, yes, we'll get from these dairies only. Yes, it is highly organized in the mixed farming system of Europe. The cool humid climate, dense urban population, good means of rail and road transportation, great technological development, yes, refrigeration, mechanization of commercial dairying and the ample pastures have encouraged the development of dairying in Europe. Dairying is greatly developed in Denmark, Netherlands, Switzerland, Germany and even Britain. But Denmark is more important for dairying. The European countries exports their dairy products for many countries like cheese, yes, and condensed milk, ginadhalu, butter, benne, chocolate, yes, milk chocolates. The fishing. Now we'll go for the fishing. Throughout history, fish has been an important part of the European diet. Fishing is particularly important in the shallow seas. The main fishing grounds are near northwest Europe. They extend from northern part of Arctic Circle to Mediterranean Sea. The most intensively fishing region is the North Sea and the countries include Norway, Britain, Denmark, Sweden and Germany. The two most famous fishing grounds of the North Sea are the Dogger Bank and the Great Fisher Bank. The people of Norway are great fishermen. Seals and whales are caught in the popular regions. Norway is the largest producer and exporter of fish in Europe. The shortage of farm land and food grains have encouraged fishing in Europe. Yes, so guys, up to here you people have learned. Yes. So up to here you people have learned. So after, when you will get this video, after this please write down the exercise of the Europe lesson. Okay, that's only your homework. So which all are the points I have taught here? So all are important for you. Yes. So rest of all which all are I have not taught you, those all are belongs to a reduced part in this lesson. Okay. So I hope you people are enjoying this. So after watching this video, send me a message that whether you have seen or not. Yes. So after watching this video, frame the important questions of this lesson. Okay, you have to write, you have to frame a new questions regarding this lesson, and you have to answer for those all the questions. Not only you have to frame the question, which all are the framed questions are there, you have to write even the answer for those questions. Okay, so we'll meet in the next lesson also. So until then, take care of yourself, be safe at your home only. Okay, so please don't do any kind of trips nowadays.